Alright everybody, it's your brother Set right here. It's SUMARI Dark Arts 101st video? Video 101, y'all know what I'm trying to say, man. Alright, I came out in the hallway today because, I don't know, I'm feeling a good mood. I might scream, I might yell, I might do anything. And I don't want to be in the classroom with all that nonsense. So, look. A lot of action going on, a lot of questions. Thank you to everybody who's been dropping comments and, just watching the videos all around support. Thank you very much, appreciate it. From everybody, beard's coming in, once again, update, hair's finally starting to sprout. But it's covered. I feel better though than I did before. So look, somebody wrote in the comments, I'm sorry I don't have your name right now because I forgot I couldn't look at the video before. I just turned this camera on to start recording because I got limited time as always. I'm always in a rush. But look, someone made a comment about they were having dreams about the lesser banishing ritual, something like that. I think that's what it was, a lesser banishing ritual. Look, excuse me. Look, all these things, man, lesser banishing rituals, pentagram ritual, whatever kind of ritual. If you're new, I apologize. But for those who've been following me for a long time, or for those who haven't been following me a long time, I apologize. This person might be new, don't know. Appreciate the subscribe, whoever you are, brother, sister, multidimensional being. But, all those things, man, whatever you're dreaming about is up to you on how do you take it. And I know that sounds like a bit fluffy for some people, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to what are your interpretations of your own experiences. I can tell you anything. I could say it means you're gonna die at 4 o'clock on, August 1st. The mind, the body, the soul, it tries to experience things. It tries to express itself through any means possible. So for you to be coming in contact with, say for example, lesser banishing rituals, things like that, of that nature, not always 100%, but possibly that type of ritual might fall somewhere within your paradigm of belief, things that you think about on a magical level or ritual level. There's nothing wrong with that. The inner self, the true you, exists outside of time and space. So it has to, sometimes, for you to make contact with it, for it to make contact with you, it has to give you things in symbolism that you can understand. So it may come to you in the form of rituals, it may come to you in the form of specific practices, it may come to you in the form of specific meditations, it may come to you through automatic writing. It's going to come to you in any way that's going to impress you. So don't put too much weight into it. Don't think, oh, now I got to become a magician, or the left path, the right path, all these things. It's simply a matter of the inner self trying to get at you and make contact with you. And how much are you going to delve into that? Do you want to go down that path of being a so-called magician, or do you want to go the other way, which is the way of true freedom and power, man, being a multidimensional being, which is not even being, that's just what you are, that's what we all are. Unfortunately, we're just here. Well, not unfortunately. Unfortunately for some people who are here on Earth, they feel trapped. They feel there's no way out, so they gotta... On that note, let me just sidetrack for a minute. Somebody wrote a comment, I don't remember the name now because it was like half Japanese, half something, and this specific person, you know who you are, we've talked many times, and you dropped the last comment on my last video about something I said in the previous video about suicide, and you said, yeah, well, it's going to be different for me, but in another 8 months to a year, I'm going to leave this place. I have this to say to you, and this is to you specifically. I'm not attacking you, I'm not bashing you, but I'm just giving you something to think about. You have, on many occasions, have come forward, you drop comments on past videos about you want to kill yourself, and then you say, I'm not going to kill myself, and then you say, I finally got the message, and you say, I don't have the message, I want to move on to this other world, Tokuyo no Kuni, or something like that. Look, man, we all make our own decisions in life, and life is what you make of it. So I'm not gonna let me be justified. Don't try to use my videos to justify whatever decisions you want to make. If you want to commit suicide, you don't want to commit suicide. I said it from day one, man. Be strong, and you got this life, so just enjoy it. I mean, what's the rush? You're gonna be out. We're all going that way anyway, so I don't understand what the rush is. And I'm not trying to seem insensitive to you, but on another note, do you really want to commit suicide? Because you've been talking about this for a long time, man. And it's I think you don't, because if you really did want to do that, it would have been done already. You want to keep saying, I think I want to kill myself. I think I want to leave this place. I can't take this place. We all have those feelings, man. Excuse me. We all have those feelings from time to time. Even me. It might not be the level of, I'm so depressed, I want to die, but it's more of sometimes man, fuck this place, man. I want to go back home. I want to go back to my true nature, man. I just want to go back to the source. I want to do things that I can't do here. But I know that my death, how it will affect others who are not necessarily at the same level as I am when it comes to this type of information, things I'm talking about. So my death will have a major impact on many. My mother, brothers, father, everyone, friends, lovers, everybody's gonna be, sorry guys, I'm holding the camera so it might be shaky, but it's gonna impact everybody on different levels. So, and the same goes for you, who specifically I'm talking to, anybody else out there, man. When you start contemplating on suicide and all these things, think of all the other things that you're missing out on that you could be doing besides just want to check out. I said it before. Check out to where? Where do you think you're going? You said you're going to go to this Tokyo no Kuni place, right? Now, I've done a little research, and Tokyo no Kuni is this place from Japanese lore. Now, all right, just hear me through. Just hear me out on this, right? You're not Japanese because we've spoken before, so I know you're not Japanese. So why do you think that you're gonna go to this specific place that is a part of a Japanese belief system? You need to really contemplate on that. Why would you go to this place? It's why would I go to Nirvana? Or why would I, any traditional place that follows a specific belief system, heaven, hell, whatever. If you're not a part of that culture, what makes you so sure that that's exactly where you're going to go to? And if you want to get more technical, what makes you think that the individual beings that are there want you to enter into their paradigm of belief if you are not even, you haven't even grown up in that culture? So it's these are things to think about, If you're not a Muslim, just say for example, don't expect Allah or Muhammad the Prophet to come visit you when you pass away. And the same goes vice versa, If you are a devout Satanist, why would Jesus Christ come to your bed when you're on your way past and you have these hopes of going to wherever Satanists believe they go to? It's a matter of, it's simplistic, guys, come on. These are things to think about, man. All my videos have been the same from day one. Empowerment, getting you to get your power up and being strong. I don't do weak shit. I don't do crybaby stuff. And I'm not going to hold your hand and tell you everything's going to be okay. You're going to go to the magic place where you're going to go. Look, you go wherever you believe you're going to go. So not to contradict what I'm saying when I just said, do you think you're going to go there? If you really believe it, you really think you're going to go there, most likely you're going to create that paradigm for yourself. And that's where you're going to go. But at the same time, why sell yourself short, man? There's so much, excuse the language, shit out there, man. There's so many things going on. And, a lot of people have these limited belief systems, man. You could do anything. You could create 100 Tokyo no Kunis if you want, plus one with a disco bar inside, man. What's a disco bar? I don't know what a disco bar is, but it's something. Something that somebody made. I just made one up. But anyway, the point is, stop limiting yourselves. And now I'm talking general. I'm off of that one person. I'm speaking general now to everybody out there. You guys, stop limiting yourselves, man. We have an amazing set of abilities and talents that most don't touch on in this life. So I'm keeping track of time, so I gotta get back to class. Anyway, so I got 10 minutes, So look, man, I'm gonna leave on this note. I gotta touch on this. The questions, right? A lot of you ask the wrong questions. You ask questions that lead to limitations. Excuse me. Had some yogurt for lunch, for granola. Anyway, you guys ask questions that lead you in circles, man. And you never really grow because you keep asking the wrong questions, you know. And why are questions important? Why are questions important? That is the question. The answer is, the questions you ask are important because certain questions accelerate within you the higher functions of intellect, you know. So, did that come out right? I feel confused. The questions that you ask accelerate within you the functions of a higher intellect. That's what I want to say. So, if you ask specific questions, the questions themselves will start to begin to open your mind now. They will accelerate within you the functions of a higher intellect. Instead of questioning, was Atlantis real? Is Bigfoot, new monster, Bigfoot. Is Bigfoot out there? Are the Greys real? Are the reptilians? You need to start questioning, you know, and questions of the gods. Are the gods real? Are demons real? How about this? Why, if the gods are real, what is the nature of their reality? What realm are they in? Is it a psychic reality? Is it an actual physical place that they dwell in? What is the nature of their existence? Followed up by more questions like, well, if the gods do exist, how did they become the gods? Who are these individuals that are so-called gods throughout history, throughout all the mythologies? How did they get to that point of actually becoming a so-called god? And I've told you one probability in past videos that individuals that we believe are gods, or if you want to go down that road of thought, it's very simple. These are individuals who accept and know their place within all that is. They're self-aware, they know what their abilities are, they have full use of the inner senses, or they're aware of the inner senses to a large degree, and they do not feel limited by any paradigms or beliefs. Now, for those who are limited by beliefs and believe in, you know, limitations, putting themselves down, I'm nothing, I have, you know, I'm just a lowly nobody scumbag. Those are the people who go out and pray and worship. There's a big difference between worshiping, praying, and doing. And most people fall within those categories. You got people who worship and pray and beg and grovel for some God to give them something in their life. Please give me a position at work. Please help me get money. And you get the other group of individuals who set out to take moves in their own life. So you have to ask yourself, if these so-called gods are real, why would they have an interest in you? Why would they be interested in a pathetic weakling who's just groveling and begging, please give me, give me, give me, give me? It doesn't work that way. The inner self, when you ask the right questions, begins to make itself known to you. For many people, when the inner self does make itself known to you, it could be confused with gods, angels, demons, whatever you believe, your paradigm belief is, that's what's going to take you. So, and it takes an interest in you because you're no longer being a spectator in your own life. You're taking an active role and you're saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, this is what I want to do. It doesn't matter if it's impossible or not. The inner self, all that is, whatever you want to call this stuff, we'll just leave it at the inner self right now. For now, what all that is, it loves when you take risks. It loves when you do things that are outside the box. It loves when you do things that seem impossible. Because when you attempt, the only way we could achieve the impossible is to first believe that it is possible. That's a fact. Nothing gets done just saying, oh, well, you know, hey, maybe I could do this, or maybe this is how it is. You gotta say, fuck that, man. This is what it is. I'm gonna do it. You know? And by the act of doing it, you may not get the results that exactly what you thought was gonna be, but you're gonna get something. And it's always gonna bring you one step closer to your true self. So, you know, leave the questions behind, the limited ones about, you know, is Atlantis real? Are Are the grays running the world? Is it the reptilians and all this stuff? Those are questions for immature personalities who have not grown yet. You must go deeper. You must go deeper. When you question the existence and the nature of the gods and what they are, and why do they exist, and what is the nature of their reality, and what are the similarities between your existence and their existence, it brings you one step closer to the true power, the true source. And the true power and source is yourself. All that is, the soul, the inner self, all these names, I mean, they're so closely connected that it's almost impossible to distinguish them one from the other, because they all are part of each other. So, not 5 minutes. So, when you start asking other questions, deeper questions, and leave the childish ones behind, the inner self is aware that you're starting to make progress. And it starts to make itself known to you in an endless variety of ways. It happens in so many different ways to different people. And once you become in tune with yourself, you'll know when the inner self is speaking directly to you, even in a waking state. You don't have to be, for a lot of people, they have to be into a kind of trance state, meditation state, dream state, things like that, out of body. But when you get to the higher levels of getting close to yourself, the inner self will communicate with you, even when you're wide awake in physical reality. You'll just know, the signs will be there, and you'll just know the conversation is going on. You know what it is. So, the signs are very subtle. I don't get into numerology and all these things, but just to give you a sample, how many people have said that when they're thinking about something deep, profound, and spiritual, specific numbers pop up all of a sudden. Boom, 11, 11, 12, 12. It doesn't matter what do the numbers mean and all that. The numbers mean whatever you want them to mean. That's not important. See, we get trapped on the nonsense, claptrap bullshit about, the numerology, 1111 means that the portals are open. Look, man, all it means is that the inner self is making you aware that at that exact same moment that you're thinking about this deep, profound thought, whatever it is, you're on the same page right now. It's giving you this information, you're open to it. And the number is just a sign because it's there, and it makes you aware of it, and you go, okay, yeah. Every time I think about something deep, these numbers pop up. Don't need to fall into all about numerology and what this means and what's your birthday and all these. They don't get into that, man. It's simply saying, hey, I'm here. I'm here. We're on point. We're connected right now. We're linking up. The information's going through both ways on a multi-dimensional level. That's all it is, man. So, I got to get out of here. I got 2 minutes. Hope I left you guys with something to ponder on in your meditations. But remember, to finish, question everything. Start asking better questions, deeper questions. The questions themselves will help you access the other portions of yourself that you're trying to get in contact with. And remember, the questions that you ask accelerate within you the functions of a higher intellect. So if you want to stay on Bigfoot, and if Atlantis is real, and are the grays running the universe, that's the kind of intel you're going to get back. Bullshit. When you start to go deeper, you're going to get deeper answers for yourself. And everyone's not going to get the same answer. So don't worry about that either, that we all have to be on the same page. The same page is when you come to terms that everything is a camouflage, and we're in a camouflage system, and you have to use the inner senses to go beyond that. But that's for another video. I gotta get out of here now. So, happy trails in human land. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about, welcome to the fold. You're multi-dimensional, man. I'm a SUMARI. I've said it many times. You don't have to be a SUMARI. You might not be a SUMARI, but you could be a SUMARI. A SUMARI love to play, and the SUMARI always come home. We're multi-dimensional, man. And when I say the SUMARI always come home, I'm not talking about a physical house. It means returning to the home of yourself, of an awareness and understanding. I gotta get out of here. Happy trails, humans, and to the rest, multi-dimensional brothers and sisters, beings. See you soon.